What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know, the iPhone 11 came out and it's still pretty much a brand new iPhone. It's still one of the most popular phones of 2019 and it's crazy. Apparently I saw this on Reddit, the 5th most searched thing on Google was the iPhone 11, which was super cool. And I've already done so many comparisons, you guys already seen them, and I've already done an iPhone 11 versus iPhone XS comparison in terms of just a full-on comparison, camera and speed test. But now I want to hit on a couple of reasons on why the iPhone 11 could be better than the iPhone XS. Now, if you have an iPhone XS, I would 100% recommend you to keep it. Do not upgrade to an iPhone 11. I don't think it's worth spending extra money for it, but you could probably end up getting it for free depending on the storage variant of your iPhone XS. Like if you got an iPhone XS that's like $256, you can easily sell that for like probably $700 and get an iPhone 11 with that. But the first point I want to hit on is the bigger size. I feel like that's something that, a lot of people kind of overlook because they see the bigger size, but they see the lower resolution panel and they're like, it's kind of a trade-off. But in my opinion, dude, the screen really isn't that bad, and I kind of overhyped it when the iPhone XR came out, but the iPhone XS panel definitely is better, but the iPhone 11's is not that much worse. You know, it's not as bad as the resolution might seem. But that size though, yes, there's thicker bezel on it, but I do like having a bigger size phone, and having that screen size right in the middle of the Max and the Pro is actually really cool, and I do kind of like this screen size. If that was an OLED screen, I would probably, lean more towards that, but I do think that screen size is really nice, and a lot of people will essentially like it. And I definitely do think that's one of the best features about the iPhone 11 is definitely its size. It's reaching a demographic that, honestly, the specific demographic, I don't really think they even like bigger phones. They just want a cheaper phone, but it's kind of a side effect or even a better feature that it is a bigger size. So the next thing is software updates. Now, technically speaking, the iPhone 11 should outlast the iPhone XS, and I was doing some research and I don't think the iPhone XS is going to get an extra version of software. This is kind of too soon to say, but the iPhone X is probably going to match the iPhone XS software cycle, so I don't see why that one would get an extra version of software. But the iPhone 11 will last for a very long time. Literally, it's just getting started. It's not going to stop on anytime soon. So if you get this phone, you'll be set. Don't even worry about upgrading or anything like that. You'll be perfectly fine in terms of software, and realistically, it should outlast the iPhone XS in terms of software support. Now, I've done that speed test too, as you guys might have seen, and I saw that yes, overall, the iPhone 11 is a bit faster than the iPhone XS. The iPhone XS was just behind it in a couple times, and it was even, I think, faster a few times too, but definitely overall the iPhone 11 is the faster device, and I do attribute this a lot to obviously the A12 on the iPhone XS versus the A13 on the iPhone 11, but also the panel itself. There's a lower resolution screen on the iPhone 11 where the iPhone 11 has less pixels to push, and that's a really important thing to hit on. Not a lot of people even remember that. They see the low resolution panel, but that's kind of an advantage too in a couple cases, not necessarily the whole way through, but it is kind of a cool thing, I guess. Now the next thing is the camera. The camera is overall better on the iPhone 11 than on the iPhone XS, and even though the back cameras are kind of like different, the iPhone 11 has an ultra wide sensor, the iPhone XS has a telephoto lens. There's still some advantages with the iPhone 11's camera, more so the front camera though. Obviously you have night mode, which is really cool, but from the iPhone XS you could only do 1080p at up to 60 frames per second, but on the iPhone 11 you can do 4K at up to 60 frames per second on that front camera, which is a really huge advantage. That's an awesome feature, and I love Apple for doing that. So if you have an iPhone 11, you have that capability of moving up and doing that. So whether you use it or not, you have that capability, and I definitely do think that's a super important thing, and I'm really happy Apple included that into the iPhone 11. Now the last thing I want to hit on would definitely be the battery life. Overall, there is much better battery life on the iPhone 11 than on the iPhone XS, and this is attributed to two things. Actually three things: the better chipset, the bigger battery, but also the lower resolution panel like I've hit on. Because of that low resolution screen, there's less pixels to push, there's less everything to kind of deal with. And with the iPhone XS's higher resolution panel, you have to spend more energy to power up that panel. And the best thing is that the iPhone 11 does have a bigger battery as well than the iPhone XS, so you will have much better battery life on the iPhone 11 than on the iPhone XS, which is a super awesome thing, and I'm so happy Apple put a bigger battery this time. They're usually on a trend of decreasing the battery life and battery sizes, but this time they actually pulled through. So overall, those are just a couple reasons as to why the iPhone 11 could be better than the iPhone XS. Again, if you want my more in-depth comparison, you can go watch that first comparison, you can go watch the camera comparison, you can watch that speed test I did. I got so many comparisons on this thing. This is probably one of the last ones I'm going to do. If you guys have any questions or you have a preference on the iPhone 11 or the iPhone XS, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it, but that is pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.